I think that people around the world want to know if the problems within the US are contained. How big is this? How many banks have the problem that SVB had of lending long, borrowing short, and therefore subjecting themselves to huge interest rate mismatches? And therefore the kind of problem they saw. Now, that's the source of the systemic risk in the United States. How many small and medium banks have that kind of exposure? And do any large banks have that kind of exposure? That's what they want to know, because anything that happens in the US doesn't stay in the US, it transmits across the world. Now, that said, I think the problems with Credit Suisse are a little different. Credit Suisse is a bank in search of a business, and it hasn't quite found that. And as a result, the turmoil in Europe and to some extent amongst the big banks in the US is how much exposure do you have to Credit Suisse if it melts down over the next few days. So that's a different concern from the interest rate risk exposure that is the concern among small and medium banks in the US.